Hello students, once again welcome back to the civics class of standard 8. This is Momita madam. So in my previous video I have already discussed about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, its members, the qualifications, disqualifications, and now at present we are going to discuss about the speaker of the Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha elects its own speaker from amongst its own members. And what is the speaker's work? He presides over its sittings. So whenever Lok Sabha sittings will be there, speaker presides the sittings. Next is deputy speaker. You should remember that in Lok Sabha there is also a deputy speaker, and deputy speaker's election process is same as the speaker of the house. So and he presides the meetings of the Lok Sabha and performs all the duties and functions performed by the speaker when the speaker is absent. So in speaker's absence, deputy speaker performs the functions. Next, power and functions and role of the speaker. So the speaker of the Lok Sabha plays a very significant and important role in Lok Sabha, and the present speaker is Om Birla, who is the 17th Lok Sabha speaker. So these are the following powers. Here 4 points have been written, you see. The speaker regulates the proceedings and debates in the house. He decides whether a bill is a money bill or an ordinary bill. And also, to maintain order in the house, she may name a member for suspension, or in case of grave disorder, he or she may adjourn the house. The speaker can disqualify a member under the anti-defection law. So, though it is not given in your book what is anti-defection law, just I am trying to make you understand what is anti-defection law. So, you see students, sometimes what happened, when a member of the house gives up the membership of his when a member of a house gives up the membership of his party or votes against the directions given by the party at that time, in which he belongs to. So at that time what happened, he shall be disqualified from being a member of the house, provided there is not a split in the party with at least 1/3 of its members. Once again I am repeating what is anti-defection law. According to anti-defection law, if a member of a house gives up the membership of that particular party in which he belongs to, or vote against the direction of that party, he shall be disqualified from being a member of the house, provided that there is not a split, on condition that there is not a split in the party with at least 1/3 of its members. Though it is not there, just I told for your information. Next, you need not to do that. Only you remember that the speaker disqualify a member under the anti-defection law. Next comes powers of the Union Parliament. So Union Parliament has several types of powers. First is legislative powers. What is that? The Parliament can make laws on the 97 subjects in the Union list and 47 subjects in the concurrent list. On a subject in the concurrent list, both the Parliament and a state legislature may make the law. But remember that the law of the Parliament supersedes the law of the state legislature. That this establishes the superiority of the Parliament. That means Parliament is the superior. Second legislative power is the Parliament has the residuary powers also. It can make law on a subject which is not mentioned in any of the three lists: Union list, state list, or concurrent list. So Parliament has the power to make law even if it is not mentioned in the three list. Next, during the recess of the Parliament, the President may issue an ordinance, but it must be approved by both the houses. So ordinance means an order issued by the President when the Parliament is not in session at that time, but it must be approved by both of the houses of the Parliament when they reassemble. The ordinance ceases to operate 6 weeks after the reassembly of the Parliament unless approved by the latter earlier. So remember that during the recess of the Parliament, the President may issue an ordinance, but it must be approved by both the House of the Parliament when they reassemble. Next, financial powers. The Lok Sabha controls the national finances. It has the power to pass the annual budget of the union government for the financial year. So budget of a country is passed in the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha exercises more powers in money matters. Already we have seen that money bill can be passed in Lok Sabha only. Once the Lok Sabha passes the budget of the government or any other money related law, Rajya Sabha doesn't have the power to reject it. But only what Rajya Sabha can do regarding the money bill, it can delay it by 14 days or can suggest changes in it. Now it is upon the Lok Sabha whether it will be listened or not, whether it will be accepted, these changes will be accepted or not. Next, control over executive. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. They remain in office as long as they continue to enjoy the confidence of the Lok Sabha by simple majority. Next is constituent function of the Union Parliament. The bill to amend the constitution may be moved in either house. It has to be passed in both the houses by a simple majority or by a two-third majority as provided under Article 360 of the Constitution. So, any bill to be amended in the Constitution may be moved in either house. Next, electoral function. The elected members of both the houses of the Parliament along the members of the state legislative assemblies constitute the Electoral College. What is Electoral College? It is a joint body of MPs and MLAs which elect the President of India. The Vice President of India is elected by MPs of both the houses. The Lok Sabha also elects its Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Already we have seen that how the Speaker and Deputy Speaker is elected. Next, among its own members. Next is judicial function. The Parliament exercises the power to impeach the President. Impeachment refers to the removal of the Vice President and the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court according to the procedure laid down for the purpose. The Parliament can also punish a person for disturbing its working or for showing disrespect for the House as such. Now, next point it is discussed, that is about relationship and differences between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So, relationship between both the houses is confined to their powers. As we have studied earlier, that Rajya Sabha has a secondary rule in respect to Lok Sabha. Remember, Rajya Sabha has that's why Lok Sabha is the upper house and Rajya Sabha is the upper house and Lok Sabha is the lower house. But it has more power. It is a weak house in legislative, financial, constituent and administrative matters. In case of differences between both the houses, the decision of the Lok Sabha prevails. At times, a joint session of both the houses may be called by the President to resolve the differences, but here also the verdict of the Lok Sabha prevails due to its more than double strength. So, why all the time Lok Sabha's verdict prevails? Because it has more than double strength. Once again I am repeating, what is the strength? Lok Sabha's strength is 552 and Rajya Sabha's strength is 250. So, because of its more than double strength, always Lok Sabha's decisions prevails. So, here we came to the end of the chapter. So, here a comparison table has been given. For better remembering, you can follow this table as well. Next, come to the questions. Now, answer the following questions briefly. First question, it is written, what are institutions? So, turn the page, the first page of the chapter, and here you see it is written, already I discussed, that is, from here also you can write that an institution is an organization founded for a religious, educational, professional or social purpose. Next, name the three organs of the Indian government. So, you can write, here it is given, legislature, executive and judiciary. These are the three organs. Next, what is the strength of the Rajya Sabha for elected and nominated members? 250 total members, 238 elected and 12 nominated. Same types of question may be there. What is the strength of Lok Sabha for elected and nominated members? At that time you can write 552 total, so 550 elected and 2 nominated. Next, how are the members of the Rajya Sabha members elected? So again you come to Rajya Sabha, election of the Rajya Sabha, that is in page number 111. So the representatives of the states in the Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly of that state by means of proportional representation through the single transferable vote system. Next question. What is the tenure of Rajya Sabha? So tenure is 6 years. Can it be dissolved? It cannot be dissolved because it is a permanent house. Next, mention any two powers of the Indian Parliament. So for this answer, you turn page number 114. Here you see legislative powers, financial powers, control over executive, constituent function, electoral function, judicial function. 6 are there. Any two you can do. Next, mention two important powers and functions of the Lok Sabha Speaker. So for this answer, you come page number 113. Here you see powers and functions and role of the speaker. Here 1 to 113 2 points have been given, and 114 another 2 points have been given. So any two of your choice, though the same question is given in long also, so in that case you have to do all. Now students, you remember that always you answer the question seeing the mark. So same question, it is given in short questions as well as in long questions. So you do 4 points. If marks of 2 marks, then 2 points, and 4 marks, then 4 points. Okay. Next, what is the tenure of Lok Sabha? 5 years. Next, mention the two main circumstances under which the Parliament can legislate on the state subject. It is the Parliament's legislative powers. So already we discussed that in page number 114. Legislative powers, you see 3 are there, any two you can do. Next, ordinary, mention the period for which bills can be delayed by Rajya Sabha. Ordinary bills 6 months, money bills 14 days. 14 days. Who presides over the joint session of the Parliament? Speaker. Who decides whether a bill is a money bill or an ordinary bill? Speaker. How many members can be nominated by the President to the Lok Sabha? 2 members, 2 Anglo-Indian members from Anglo-Indian community. Now, next move to the questions in detail. So, with reference to the Rajya Sabha, answer the following questions. Already you have seen in history that in this way you are getting the question. This is like a structured question which you are going to get in standard 9 and 10. So, a line will be given followed by the question. So, how are members of the Rajya Sabha elected? Already I marked the same answers here in question number 4 in short questions. So, same answers. Then, what are the qualifications of the members of the Rajya Sabha? So, members of the Rajya Sabha, you take out members of the Rajya Sabha, and there you see qualifications, page number 111. He must be a citizen of India, he must be 30 years of age or above, have such other qualifications as may be prescribed by law from time to time in 111. Next, another part question is there. What is the tenure of the house of each member? So tenure of the house in the same page it is given 111. So you have to write in details that it is a permanent house. Each member has a term of 6 years. 1/3 of its total members retire at the end of every 2 years. An equal number of members is elected or nominated to fill the vacancy. Next, turn the page. Next question, explain the major powers and functions of the Parliament. So already in the short questions also it is there in page number 114. Already I told you there it is 2. Here it is major powers and functions. Once again students, I am repeating the same. Suppose here according to the marks you write. So if it is 4 marks suppose, so 4 powers you will write. Legislative, any of your choice out of the 6. So it is upon the marks. Next question. So here you see, keeping in view the composition of Lok Sabha, answer the following. Strength of the Lok Sabha. So in details you to write that Lok Sabha strength is 552. Among these, 530 represents the state and 20 represents the union territories. and 2 members are nominated by the president from Anglo-Indian community. In details you have to write everything. Next, qualifications and disqualifications of the members of the Lok Sabha. It is also directly it is given 100, just a minute, 14 page you take out qualifications of the for the members of Lok Sabha and disqualifications. Everything is given. So here 4 points have been given. Next is the tenure. Last part is tenure of Lok Sabha. So here in the term of the Lok Sabha, tenure refers to term. So page number 113 you see the term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years, but it can be dissolved earlier by the president. You need not to mention all this. Dissolved earlier by the president, or during a proclamation of emergency the parliament can extend its own term. So either earlier it can be dissolved or it can be extended also by 1 year at a time. Cannot continue beyond 6 months after the proclamation of emergency. Next, any 4 major powers of the speaker of Lok Sabha. Already I told you that in the short questions you got the same questions. There it is 2, here it has been written 4. So all 4 you will do. Next, come match the following. So Rajya Sabha, it is 6 years. Lok Sabha, it is 5 years. Voter, 18 years. Union list, it is 97 subjects. Concurrent list, 47 subjects. So that's all. Thank you.